Wolves up by 8. San Antonio with the ball. Sandro Mamukelashvili in the lane all the way to the rim. Sandro makes his appearance felt to begin the second quarter. He averages 5 a game coming off the bench, only averaging about 9 minutes a night.
Talk about the size that they've needed. He's part of the stopgap for that as well. He's a good player too. He's got good physicality, can shoot it.
Speaking of shooting it, Dante, corner 3. No, that popped out, but Julius with the hustle secures the offensive rebound. Mike with it left side. Nas, straight away on the 3. Yes, sir. Another 3 ball for the Wolves, their 5th of the night. They're 5 of 10 from distance. Timeout, Mitch Johnson. Not pleased with the first 48 first quarters, which sets you up to play with the lead. Play from ahead, takes the pressure off, gives you a greater margin for errors. Mamukelashvili, again, able to get to the rim and score for 2.
Because they haven't done that so often this year. They're down in games, always having to fight back. Now, they have fought back and won a lot of games they shouldn't have won.
It's easier this way, though. Play from ahead.
Yes.
There's Julius Randle answering back, scooping it up with the left hand. He scores it for 2.
It's less stressful for the coaching staff as well. Do we have to scrap the game plan, or should we just follow the game plan?
Castle on the attack, runs into 2 defenders, throws it up the top of the backboard. Still in play, finally out of bounds.
Oh, now Dante going back to Minnesota's bench really helps out as well.
Yes, it does. Because we saw in the one game he started, I think it was the Charlotte game, you know, the shots were eaten up by Anthony Edwards and Julius Randle. If he comes off the bench, he gets more looks in the offense as Conley hits another 3.
He looks so confident right now, the way he's shooting the basketball.
He has hit 13 of his last 26 3-pointers and even 50% over the last 8 games. 45-33, up 12. And San Antonio does not have the firepower that the Wolves do from the 3-point line. Champagnie. Fox back out there, quickly moves on Conley into the lane, steps through on McDaniels. Back out, Champagnie. Air ball. Crowd enjoys that. Conley hit ahead. Nikhil right wing. Nas will go to work on Mamukelashvili. Haven't we all wanted to do that? Randle with it in the lane, spots Conley underneath, kick out. Jaden had an opportunity for a 3, but Fox was right on him. Randle, good position inside, and he scores it.
Well, that was brilliant. The cut that Julius made to get position in front of Mamukelashvili was just on time, and Mike just set him up perfectly to see as to how he got in front of him like that. You got to stay aware.
Castle rejects the screen, drives on Nas, shoved off. Nas, it was kind of between steps, so that contact forced him backwards. Easy 2.
Talking to Sean Elliott before the game, he thinks Steph Castle is a top 5 in-game dunker in the NBA right now.
There's Nas going to work at the other end over Mamukelashvili. Got the friendly target center roll. Wolves have scored on all 5 possessions here in the second quarter. Ooh, Fox. Boy, we've
seen that a time or 2, haven't we?
It was Reggie Jackson who coined Fox's speed as Bugatti speed. Nas, left side 3 comes up short. Castle up high for the rebound. 8-point Wolves lead. They've been playing from ahead nearly the entire game. Champagnie. Castle calls for the screen. We'll use that, switching on to McDaniels. Castle gets it back. Forced one up inside. Jaden rips it away, but lots of contact. And Castle off the bench has 6 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists in 10 minutes. The shooting is good to see from Ant. The last 10 games, he's averaging 40% from the field, 32% from deep. Castle hits 1 out of 2, but Ant in that first quarter, Jim, 4 of 5 shooting, 2 of 3 from beyond the arc.
You know, it's also good to see is his turnovers going down.
Oh, you've noticed. 5 in his last 5 games.
Yeah.
3 ball, yes, splashed in for Mike Conley. There's his second 3 of the night. Not only does Ant have 5 in his last 5 games, compare that to the prior 5, he had 16.
Yeah, it's been a big reason why Minnesota's been so much more efficient. See Steph Castle, he's got that. He uses the pump fake up in the air so he can get to the free throw line. That's why he shoots 14, 15 a game.
We've seen Chris Finch be comfortable with 9, which is almost really more 8.5 than 9, but 10 so far in the first half. And TJ Shannon and Jalen Clark have played so well, I think he's really forced Chris Finch's hand in that regard.
You have to play him.
1 out of 2 for Castle at the line. He's 4 of 6 at the stripe. TJ bumped by Castle, drops it back out for McDaniels. Julius Randle, shake and bake, cross the lane, defense collapses, out to Mike, 3rd free. No, he knew it as soon as he let it fly. Spurs come back the other way. Wolves are up by 13. Their largest lead has been 14. Fox, pocket pass to Sohan right to the cup, missed it. Boy, Jade was trying to get out of the way. It's still.
And his turnovers, Jaden and his foul is also down as well. And that's been another thing that's helped him and his.
Another season where almost on a nightly basis he was battling foul difficulty. Kind of like his prior 4 seasons. Down to 2.9 a game, and you can count the number of times on one hand, maybe in the last, well, since the calendar turned to 2025, maybe earlier, that he's gotten himself into foul difficulty. Wolves up by a dozen here. Sohan went 1 out of 2. Ooh. Conley bumped along the baseline. Ouch. Edwards still looking for his first points in the second quarter. Good feed inside to Nas, off his hands, however, and turned over. Wesley on the push. Sohan inside, hesitates. Kick out to Barnes. Now up top, it's Fox, who's reluctant to shoot the 3. Then he traveled. Turnover. Gives him a runway. Lost it on the way up and out of bounds.
The suspension.
Suspension in Utah. Castle fade from the mid-post is able to get that to drop in. He's really been their best scoring option. He's into double figures. He's got 10 points. 52-42. Wolves up by 10, trying to take 3 out of 4 from San Antonio this year. The only loss is Nas hoists a right wing 3. That was halfway down and popped out. Rebound kept alive by TJ, then ripped away by Jaden McDaniels. Took it away from Chris Paul. Mike Conley? Yes, sir. Third 3 of the half.
TJ gets the poke away that time, but it's Jaden McDaniels that wins the 50-50 ball battle, and against Chris Paul, that's pretty impressive.
It is. All 8 threes for Minnesota have been assisted tonight. Barnes wing left, got the matchup against Conley. Ames, Iowa native. Paul will give it right back as Barnes works baseline, spins between 2 defenders, lost it, got it back. Now out to Paul. 3 ball, left side, got it. Wow. Chris Paul drains the triple.
Harrison Barnes, he just stayed relaxed that time. He didn't get too crazy with it, just got the basketball and threw it out to the open player.
Chris Paul has played in more games, played more minutes than he did all of last season already this year. Was the main tier in the first half. 9 points, 4 assists. Off the feed from Dante. Nas could not hit the triple. The Wolves are now 8 of 18, 44%. Still shooting it well, 58% from the field here in the first half. Up by 10, 55-45. Vassell drops it back out. Keldon Johnson comes up short on the 3. Spurs are now 4 of 13 from distance. They are 21st in the league in 3-point percentage. Their 3-point rate is top 10, but their 3-point percentage is not great, bottom 10. Jaden, the lob inside for Nas. Too tall for him. Tried to stay up there. Couldn't get it to drop, and here comes Keldon Johnson back the other way. Spurs have not been a great first half team. 21st in the league. Something to look for in the third quarter as Barnes hits a corner 3. They've been a really good third 3 for Minnesota. Dante, as a last resort, decides to step through and get the easy bucket at the rim. Looked like that lane was open for him early, but was set on passing it. So out of the timeout, the Wolves execute. CP3, free throw line extended. Now Keldon Johnson up top, working against Ant. Paul will get off that Johnson screen. Sohan, 4 to shoot, across the lane. He'll run it up over Nas. Bad idea, it's rejected by Nas Reed. There's the first block of the night for Nas. He's averaging close to a block per game. Picked up a ton of blocks in the starting lineup. He's there for 17 games. How about TJ Shannon from the corner? Could not hit. 38% on his 3s. Both he and Jalen Clark have been impressed with their 3-point shooting. It's not a ton of volume. They're not getting as many minutes with guys returning to the lineup, but they've been efficient.
They come into the game and they make shots.
Yeah.
You know, and it's
their minutes have gone from 20 plus down to about 10 plus.
Yeah, so you got to make it happen.
4th turnover on San Antonio. Wolves have committed 5 so far. Nas on a run to the rim. Inside, it's Randall. I should say to McDaniels, and he lost it. 6 turnovers on the Wolves.
Credit San Antonio, though. They've taken away the paint for Minnesota. It was kind of a blowout in the first quarter. Another paint attack by Keldon Johnson. So what was a big Minnesota lead, points in the paint, is leveling up here now. Minnesota just with a 4-point advantage, 28-26 in the paint, or 24 in the paint.
Ant has not scored here in the second quarter. Dante from deep comes up short. Jaden another opportunity, and he cashes in. Wow. Jaden's into double figures. He's got 11, his first 3 ball of the night.
So 9 of 21 for Minnesota. Another assist on the 3 ball.
And a Fox back out there on the roll to Keldon Johnson. Well, that was a well-executed ATO.
They run that action for De'Aaron Fox a lot in Sacramento, and they brought it here to San Antonio for him. Delivered the pass to Keldon Johnson, who I'm a big Keldon Johnson fan. I think whether he starts or whether he comes off the bench, he is just effective.
Julius puts on the deck against Johnson. Out at Nas, the pass was a little offline. 4 to shoot, Randall's going to work. Spins out to Nas at the buzzer. Yes!
How about the 360 pass attempt right there by Julius Randle in a post-up. I don't think I've ever seen that before. I've never seen a guy do a pirouette in the air to pass the basket.
Sometimes you have to adapt. De'Aaron Fox, left side, lines up the 3 and hits it. Oh, and that has some words. Is that Joe Ingles down there?
Yeah.
Interrupted our pregame hit during the Wolves Live.
As usual.
Yeah. He gets me on radio every time, too, with our halftime coaches interview. Interrupts them. Jaden left side trying to answer. Cannot do it. And then Jaden picks the pocket of Devin Vassell. Drops it for Ant. Yes! Elevate and eviscerate. Anthony Edwards rocks the rim for 2. 10-point Timberwolves lead. Castle back the other way. Reverse layup is good.
Again, the way that he was able